Spin Scooters is a subsidiary of Ford Motor Company. It is based in San Francisco as a startup as of 2017. It is a dockless scooter company. In this project, Spin will be the tenant. Real property is land and any property attached to the land. This includes buildings, plants, fences, and crops. A lease is a contractual tool used by property owners to transfer the possession and use of a piece of property for a temporary time period. Bailments, leases, and licenses are common methods for owners to transfer control or possession of a property without the owners giving up complete rights of the property. A contract is an agreement or exchange of promises that is legally enforceable. A commercial lease is a legally binding agreement made between a landlord and a business tenant. A commercial lease agreement grants the tenant specific rights to the property owned by the landlord. A landlord, also known as a lessor, is either an individual or a company who leases or lets a property to a tenant. The owners lease the use and possession of their property for specific periods and then reclaim that right of use and possession from the tenant, also known as the renter, at the end of the lease term. Property rights are not absolute. For instance, real property owners find their rights to use their property as they see fit, often constrained by eminent domain, zoning, easements, and covenants. Tenant, also known as the lessee, is a person who holds the lease of a property. One type of lease is a triple net lease. This is a lease agreement on a property whereby the tenant, or also known as the lessee, promises to pay all the expenses of a property, including real estate taxes, building insurance, and maintenance. This is the breakdown of a commercial lease agreement. It states at the top what type of lease document this is. As it states, this is a commercial lease agreement that is dated as of November 3rd, 2020. It then establishes a landlord, who is Realty Trust Corporation. It then establishes who the tenant is, who is Spin Scooters Incorporated. This lease agreement is between Realty Trust Corporation, a Delaware limited partnership, who is the landlord, and Spin Scooters Incorporation, a subsidiary of Ford Motor Company, who is the tenant. The lease term. The primary term of this lease shall be for 15 years. The premises. This section of the agreement addresses the location of the property to be leased. Use of the premises. This allows specific use by the tenant while on the property. Rent lease payments. This is obligation of the tenant to pay rent. It states where checks should be sent and how rent will be paid. Triple net lease. The tenant is responsible to pay all the expenses. Both Realty Trust Corporation and Spin Scooters are corporation types of businesses. Therefore, they have to have an agent sign on their behalf. John Doe and Jane Smith are both people of authority and are entering into a contract on behalf of the business entities.